Casinos spend millions to make sure you almost win. That's not an accident. It's the entire business model. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you sit down at a machine. The reels aren't just spinning randomly and occasionally landing close to a jackpot by chance. Modern slot machines are engineered by actual software engineers with actual behavioral research behind them to show you near misses more often than pure randomness ever would. Not sometimes, constantly. It's one of the most quietly effective pieces of persuasive design on the planet, and it's sitting on a casino floor disguised as a game of luck. So how does a machine decide to almost let you win? This is the part most explainers skip. Old mechanical slot machines, the kind with actual physical reels, had about 20 stops per reel. Near misses happened, but they happened by physical accident, limited by how many symbols could fit on a metal wheel. Then slots went digital, and digital changes everything, because now there's no physical wheel. There's a random number generator, picking a number, and software translating that number into what you see on screen. That translation step is called virtual reel mapping, and it's the loophole. A machine can be mathematically fair. The odds of hitting the jackpot are exactly what the regulator signed off on, while the visual reel is weighted to show you two jackpot symbols lining up, with the third landing just one row short, far more often than random chance would produce. The payout math doesn't change. The picture does. In a lot of jurisdictions, that's completely legal, because regulators check the odds, not the choreography. And here's the part that should actually bother you. Your brain can't tell the difference. Researchers have put people in brain scanners while they gambled. Real near misses, real losses. The area that lit up is called the ventral striatum, the same reward circuit that fires when you win real money. A near miss isn't processed as "I lost." For a split second, your brain processes it as "I almost got it," and releases dopamine accordingly. That's not a metaphor. That's measured brain activity. And it gets worse for people who gamble the most. Problem gamblers show an even stronger reward circuit response to near misses than casual players do. The mechanism that's supposed to teach you that didn't work, stop, is instead teaching you the opposite. Because the near miss borrows the emotional signature of a win and hands it to you for free. No jackpot required. There's a term researchers use for this that's more honest than near miss. Losses disguised as wins. Because that's what it is. You lost money. Your brain just didn't get the memo. Now stack the sound and light design on top of that. The reels don't stop all at once. They stop left to right, in sequence, with a fraction of a second between each one. That delay isn't a hardware limitation, it's a decision. It stretches the moment of uncertainty, the same way a magician pauses before the reveal. Slowing reels, a rising chime that builds in pitch as the third reel approaches. Flashing lights timed to peak right as that final symbol lands one space off target. Every one of those choices is A/B tested. Sound designers and game mathematicians, yes, that's a real job title in this industry, work together to find the exact combination that keeps a player's arousal high through the loss. You're not imagining that some machines feel more exciting than others. That's the product working exactly as intended. And this is where it stops being about one machine and starts being about you. Anthropologist Natasha Dow-Schul spent 15 years embedded with slot machine designers and players in Las Vegas for her research, later published as Addiction by Design. Her core finding? The goal was never to make players feel lucky. It was to get them into what she calls the machine zone, a hypnotic, dissociative state where a player isn't chasing a jackpot anymore. They're just chasing the state itself. Time disappears, money becomes an abstraction. Winning stops being the point. Near misses are one of the engines that keeps that zone running, because each one resets the clock on just one more spin. Not because you're irrational, because a machine built by people who studied exactly how your reward system works is doing its job on you, second by second, for hours at a time. That's the uncomfortable reframe here. This was never a fair fight between your willpower and a random number generator. It's a designed experience, built by teams, refined over decades, tested on real players, and pointed directly at a vulnerability baked into how human brains process almost winning. And it didn't stay in casinos. Mobile games use the exact same near-miss architecture. A loot box that shows you 3 of the 4 items you needed. A gacha pull that lands one slot away from the rare character. A spin-the-wheel daily bonus in an app that has nothing to do with gambling at all, using slot machine sound design because it works. The people who build free-to-play mobile games have openly studied slot machine psychology as a design reference. The near miss followed the money out of Vegas and into the phone in your pocket. So the next time you feel that jolt, so close, two symbols locked in, the third just barely missing, that's not bad luck talking. That's not you being one spin away from turning it around. That's a piece of engineering doing precisely what it was built to do. Borrow the feeling of winning and hand it to you on a loss, so you'll reach for the button one more time. Knowing the mechanism doesn't shut off the dopamine hit, but it does change what that feeling means. It's not a sign you're close. It's a signal the machine was designed to send you. So, genuine question. Was this ever a fair game to begin with, or has it always been rigged toward keeping you playing? Odds and all. Tell me what you think in the comments. I actually want to know. And if you want more stories like this, the hidden design decisions shaping stuff you interact with every day, subscribe, because there's a lot more of this worth uncovering.